Had to start the stream over, man. You know, sometimes the internet acts up out here. They're doing a lot of work out here. I hate that happened. But, you know, it happens sometimes, man. Just waiting. See if they jump back on. What's going on? I see somebody jump back on the live. Apologize for that, man. They're still doing a lot of work out here in the neighborhood, man. Sometimes, you know, it especially during this time of the day with everybody working from home and some of the work they're doing in the neighborhood, it causes the internet, it causes a lot of buffering on the internet, man. But so who jumped back on? So see if I can pick up where I left off, if I got to start all over from square one. Let me see. Oh, Bully Block. What's going on, Bully Block? Nah, it wasn't your end, man. It wasn't your end at all. It's my end. Like this time of the day, around 12 o'clock, sometimes, man, a lot of people working from home. Sometimes, man, you know, there's damn internet acts up, man. But, you know, it's just certain times of the day, those peak hours where you get those problems. But what I was saying before, you know, everything locked up over here, I was talking about Danny Garcia and how Danny Garcia is trying to fight Erislandy Lara right now. And in my opinion, Danny Garcia should just, I think he should just hang it up. You know what I'm saying? He was good at 140. He did great things at 140. At 147, he just wasn't good enough. And then now at 154, he's trying to fight a catch weight at 157 or something crazy. So in my opinion, yeah, he's trying to do something crazy now, man. At I think it's like 157 or something, 158. But he's trying to fight Erislandy Lara. But I personally don't think Lara is gonna come and fight him. I mean, unless there's a lot of money on the table, I don't see it. And the thing about it is Danny Garcia is trying to fight at a catch weight for a title. And I just don't see that happening. Fighting at a catch weight for a title. I just don't see that being approved, man. But it is what it is. What's up, Jay Reddy, man? Yeah, I apologize for that, man. The damn the buffering and the internet. Sometimes it happens like that, especially with a lot of people being home, people working from home, and they got a lot of construction going on out here in the neighborhood too, man. So sometimes, you know, things happen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Danny Garcia went up way too high in the weight class, way too high. Danny Garcia is just trying to get that. It was yeah. The damn Irish mob is on to me, right? They're pissed. They're pissed, man. They're like, hey, we got this guy over here talking about us. Matter of fact, I probably need to look out the damn window, man. You had no damn Kinahan coming after me, man. That is crazy. What y'all think about Deontay Wilder, man? Y'all heard anything about Deontay Wilder and his next move? I haven't heard anything, yeah, for sure. I haven't heard nothing about Wilder, man. But I do think Deontay Wilder should get I think he should sign with Eddie Hearn. I think he should sign with Eddie Hearn, man. You know, I really do. But at the same time, I don't know how that's going to work because he's still, if he goes over and fights with Eddie Hearn, or even if Eddie Hearn, he's going to work with Eddie. Yeah, he needs to work with Eddie Hearn. Because I was sitting here thinking, like, where could he really go? Fighting Ngannou. Oh, fighting Ngannou, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I know they're talking about it, but when you really look at, I think Deontay Wilder will go fight in the Middle East. I really do. I think he would. The only way he can get over there. Yeah, Jay Reddy. The only way he can get to the Middle East is through Eddie Hearn, man. I really, and I think Eddie Hearn would be so sour. Let's say Deontay Wilder, with Eddie. Let's say Deontay Wilder and Ngannou can really agree on a fight, right? Let's say stars line up and they agree on a fight. And then Deontay Wilder, I'm not saying he would, let's just say he reaches out to Eddie Hearn and say, hey, we want you to promote this fight. I think Eddie Hearn it will be so sour that it's not AJ that Eddie Hearn wouldn't want to get involved, no matter how much money that fight can make in the Middle East, because it's not AJ fighting Ngannou. I bet you Eddie Hearn wouldn't even help those guys. He'd be like, nah, you know what? You guys want to fight? You guys want to do this? You want to go do it in the Middle East? You guys do it yourself. Unless he was able to get AJ in there and knock Deontay Wilder out of it. Say, nah, if you want that, then Deontay Wilder fight AJ first. Like he wouldn't just make it a sweet deal for Wilder or Ngannou. He would say, first, one of y'all have to fight AJ, probably be Wilder. You fight AJ. If you beat AJ, then I make the fight for you and Ngannou, and y'all can do it out there. Throwing receiving kicks with Wilder could be dangerous for his legs. Right. But what's his name? Ngannou said if he was to fight Wilder, he doesn't want to fight MMA. Yeah. But Ngannou said he doesn't want to fight MMA. He said if they were to fight in the MMA, he said he would hurt Wilder. And I agree with that. I think everyone agrees with that. I know Wilder's got the right hand, but I mean, Wilder's got a right hand, Ngannou's got a right hand, left hand. You got the left leg, left knee, right leg, right knee. You got the damn left elbow, right elbow. You know what I mean? He got the forehead. He got everything. It's just too much. And I do think Wilder would get hurt. He realized real quick that he was in over his head, kind of like when Paulie Malignaggi went and tried that bare knuckle fighting. And early in that fight, he got that horrible cut. And Paulie Malignaggi, he learned really quickly, like, okay, this isn't a tickling contest. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But I honestly feel that that's just a big money for Wilder. They'll keep it as boxing. But even if they're boxing, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Ngannou has a chance. I think Ngannou has a really good chance. I say I'm like 60% on Ngannou beating Wilder in a boxing match. I'm just being honest with you. What's sad is I can see AB on bare knuckle boxing soon. Oh, Adrian Broner, he's gonna have to do something, man, because the damn secret society, they've shut Adrian Broner down. And I've been saying this for months. And people are like, there's no secret society. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, nah, man, pay attention. Because in boxing, let me tell you something. It doesn't matter that, what's his name? This Red Catch guy, right? It doesn't matter what his promoters were saying about, the fight was supposed to be at 135. Then Broner said 140. Then he said 147. What's next? Broner's going to want 154. We're looking out for our guy, Red Catch. Let me tell you something. A promoter, most promoters, when they have a fighter like a guy like Red Catch with an opportunity, man, right, to rebound from that Regis Prograis failure, because that's what that was. He didn't even get hit a low blow, but he has an opportunity to rebound against a big name like Adrian Broner. The weight doesn't matter. See, when that happened, and people were like, nah, it's the weight. I said, no, it's not the weight. There's something else going on. That's why I started saying it's the secret society trying to ruin Broner. People thought I was crazy. So then Hank Lundy comes out of nowhere. I'm like, okay. To me, Ivan Redkach was a bigger threat. And I'm just being honest with you. Ivan Redkach can really fight. People tell me he can't fight because they saw that crap with him and Prograis. No, Ivan Redkach can really fight. But then you look when Hank Lundy, I understand that he had signed for some fight. His promoter, they're like, nah, we can't get out of that obligation. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. They could have. I'm not saying it's easy, but when if they want to make something happen in boxing, it happens. But then they pulled him out. Then you get this other guy. I can't remember his name. I just know he was training under Roy Jones, right? This guy has like barely any knockouts. He's a horrible fighter. That record doesn't mean nothing. He's a horrible fighter. You look at all of his opponents, weak opponents. And I'm like, okay, Adrian Broner is going to hurt this guy. But then all of a sudden, right before the fight week, you sit there and this guy supposedly has a broken jaw now. Okay, Let's say he has a broken jaw, right? I still say the secret society is trying to ruin Broner. You're telling me they have a week's lead time, man, and they weren't able to find a replacement opponent? You just can't make me believe that they have fighters out there from 140 to 147, right? It may not even be a big name. You just can't make me believe that there's promoters out there who have fighters. Some of these fighters within 24 hours are ready to go. You're telling me, man, they couldn't have canvassed all of those guys, everyone in boxing at 147, known names and unknown names. There's not one person that would have been available with a week's lead time. They're paying, this is what your fight person is going to be. They're paying for your travel, paying for your per diem, paying for your lodging. You guys want to make me believe that they couldn't make that happen? Now, Jay Reddy, I understand. Bully Block said, yeah, these can't be coincidence. It's not a coincidence. And Jay Reddy, what you're saying, yeah, that's bad luck prime. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is, man. They're showing BLK Prime who's really running things. Y'all remember Rock Nation tried to come out here and get involved with boxing. They made people uncomfortable. They gave Miguel Cotto a $15 million guarantee. Where's Rock Nation now? Okay, that's all I'm saying. 50 Cent came in, signed Yuriorkis Gamboa. First fight out the gate, Terrence Crawford dead him, right? Where's 50 Cent now? He lost a lot of money. So what I'm saying is when you get these new promoters or these new entities that come into the sport of boxing, I think BLK Prime would have been just fine. What hurt BLK Prime, in my opinion, is they came in and gave Crawford that big money and messed up that Crawford and Earl Spence fight. And I just think people didn't like that. I just think it pissed a lot of people off. Plus, of the type of guarantee they were giving Crawford, a lot of fighters, they're just not getting that kind of money. And I just think they're having people haven't forgiven BLK Prime. So anyone fighting on BLK Prime is going to struggle. And I think Adrian Broner is going to run into the same obstacles in a couple weeks, a month from now, or 2 months from now when he tries to fight on BLK Prime. You can't come out here with Al Capone Heyman and decide you want to bad talk Al Capone Heyman, whether you're doing it innocently or not. You can't come out here with Al Capone Heyman and say issues with money, issues with fighters getting fight dates. Like, that's just not something you can do with Al Capone Heyman. And people keep, look, I'm telling you, look at what happened when he started doing that. You got Deontay Wilder coming out here. He better be, he's a little more careful with his words, but to me, he said too much already. Look at what they're doing. Flip Hergovic and Andy Ruiz. Now, Wilder didn't want that fight. He was trying to get Usyk. But now Wilder's saying, yeah, I'll fight Ruiz, but he wants money. But now Flip Hergovic and Usyk have gone to purse bid for like $100,000. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know what's going to happen if some promoter swoops in and picks up that fight for $100,000. I can't see Andy Ruiz and Flip Hergovic being okay with fighting for a promoter who just won a purse bid for $100,000. So now they got to split $100,000 between the two of them. You got to help me make it make sense. It doesn't make sense. But then Wilder is still out here, and I don't know what he's doing. But I'm gonna be honest. We talked about this before, and I think I talked about it in some of the videos I've done. I truly believe you can't mess with these old school promoters. It's the mafia. Yeah, they got connections, man. You just have to be careful with these guys. But I really think Malik Scott has a lot to do with the way Wilder is moving right now. I think Malik Scott looks at his career. He's talking about his own career, Malik Scott's career, and what he was able to achieve, what he wasn't able to achieve. Malik Scott has been in a lot of different people's training camps as a sparring partner. He's been, he's a good talker. So he's had a lot of conversation with different promoters, right? A lot of key decision makers behind the scenes. Malik Scott knows the sport of boxing, business side, fighter, being a fighter, and now as a trainer. You can't tell me that he's not sitting there saying, hey, Wilder, these are the moves we need to make. Okay? Because they really feel that Wilder is a superstar. Now, I think Water is a. I think he's famous, right? I would say Deontay Wilder is famous, but is Deontay Wilder a superstar? If you're a superstar, you can command superstar money. Canelo Alvarez is a superstar. Anthony Joshua is a superstar. Tyson Fury, he's a superstar. Manny Pacquiao was a superstar. Floyd Mayweather was a superstar. Oscar De La Hoya was a superstar. I'd even say Shane Mosley was a superstar. But Deontay Wilder, and I'm saying this just being as honest as I possibly can, right? I just don't think Deontay Wilder is a superstar. And why? I don't know. I don't know why. He had the Fury fights. He's knocking everybody out. He's got a good storyline on why he came into boxing. Okay. Deontay Wilder has everything, just about everything you want in a fighter, especially a heavyweight, to where you should be able to take him and just, launch him into another stratosphere, especially the reason why he came into boxing, when he came into boxing, and what he's been able to accomplish. But, he just hasn't been able to, and maybe the reason Wilder isn't the superstar that he feels he is, and he's not able to make that superstar money, that's the question we should be asking. Why is it he can't make it, but AJ can make it? Why is it he can't make it, but Fury can make it? Maybe it has something to do with Al Heyman and his promoter. Okay? Maybe it has to do with the promoter. You got Shelly Finkel over there. What's going on? We understand Wilder is loyal. He has a good team. But his team they have yet to set him up for those big fights. Somebody pulled up into my driveway, man. I think he's dropping something off. Oh, they got these delivery guys who show up in your. Let me see what this guy's doing real quick. They got, everyone, they do their own personal deliveries now. They'll get contracted out by FedEx and UPS and everything. This guy just pulled up in my driveway. Let me see what the hell he's doing. He's taking something out. Oh, okay. My wife ordered those little HelloFresh boxes. Okay. All right, he's cool. But yeah. So that's my thing with Deontay Wilder, man. I know he wants to be a superstar. He's just not getting superstar money. But he's gonna have to figure it out. He's gonna have to figure out the Kinahan run. But he's gonna have to fight somebody. But who's there for Deontay Wilder to fight right now? See, that's the real question. Who can Deontay Wilder fight? If Ender Ruiz goes and he fights Hrgovic, who's Wilder gonna fight? He can't fight AJ. Luis Ortiz again? Can't fight him. Nobody wants to see that. Can't fight Fury. Usyk, they're over there trying to figure things out. Zhang, Joyce are tied up. I mean, look at the position, man. Look at the position that Wilder's in. You know what I'm saying? Look at, even with Spence and Ruiz, what the hell's going on with Frank Sanchez, with Luis Ortiz, all the PBC fighters, all the weight classes. What's going on with them? I'll tell you what, man. I need to really put some work in to try to sort that out. It just doesn't make any sense. And then Tank Davis, right? Him and Ryan Garcia. Tank Davis, today's the 21st. I think in 2 days, he's back in court out there in Miami for the domestic dispute, right? But then we know, I think it's May. He gets sentenced in May. But then, Tank is out of there. But really, after June, yeah, it's coming soon, yeah. After June, what does PBC really have going on? Normally, they've already given us, they used to put out the schedules, man. We see everything for the coming year. They haven't done that. What happened to that? Eddie Hearn just put his stuff up for the zone. It doesn't matter if you agree with the fights that they're putting on at the zone, but they gave you their stuff for the next few months or for the coming year. Where is that from PBC? Where is that from Showtime? You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Where is it? You can say what you want about Bob Arum, and I'm not saying I like him. I'm not saying I dislike him. But Bob Arum, yeah, recession is real. But Bob Arum is somehow keeping these fighters going. Somehow he's keeping these fighters going. But I tell you what, what's that guy's name who's fighting over there with our top rank? Keyshawn? His name Keyshawn or something like that? Keyshawn was talking about fighting I think he was saying something about possibly going up and fighting Regis Prograis. I just read something the other day, just yesterday, and I was like, yeah, that's him. Hey, listen, talk about taking it to the stupid. This man talking about fighting at some point Regis Prograis? Come on, man. You know what? That's this. I don't think Keyshawn Davis, first time he really steps up, I think he loses. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think he loses. As soon as he steps up, I think he loses. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think he's all that. I like him. He's athletic, but I just think once he steps up, I just think it's over for him. Yeah, that's the fight. Frank Martin. That's who it was. Not Regis. It was Frank Martin. Thanks for correcting me, Jay Reddy. You guys listen. Frank Martin can really fight. O'Shaquie Foster can really fight. You know, you can't. When we look at Keyshawn Davis, he has talent. Okay, Keyshawn Davis and O'Shaquie Foster. Let's just stop right there. Y'all telling me Keyshawn Davis beats O'Shaquie Foster? Oh, okay, forget about O'Shaquie Foster. Keyshawn Davis and Frank Martin? Man, come on, man. That fight's not even competitive. Yeah, that's Spencer's guy. That fight's not even competitive. No way in the world. And this is what's going to happen. Because Bob Arum, he's all about protecting his investments, right? You see what happened with Berlanga. Bob Arum had somebody who was on fire, like Keyshawn Davis. He's on fire, right? But as soon as that fire died out a little bit, and everyone realized, hold on, Edgar Berlanga is human. He can lose. He can get knocked out. He can get hurt. You can frustrate him and make him bite somebody. You know what I'm saying? Bob Arum said, okay, hold on. We want to keep you here. We want to keep you active, but let's be careful about the level of competition. Berlanga didn't want that because in his mind, he's a superstar. So now he's over there with Matchroom now, right? Right? Edgar Berlanga is with Matchroom because now he gets to do what he wants with Eddie Hearn, who's going to sit there and put him in tough fights because Eddie Hearn wants to make sure that Berlanga can prove himself before he even thinks about putting him in there with Canelo. I don't think Berlanga is going to get to the Canelo fight because I think Eddie Hearn is basically going to put him in one or two easy fights, and then he go put him in there with a killer, and Berlanga is going to get knocked out. That's just my opinion. But with this guy Keyshawn Davis, I think it's the same thing. Once he starts stepping up in competition, because if you ask him, he's ready to go out there and he wants to fight Frank Martin and all this other crap, right? Okay, as soon as he steps up and he gets touched up a little bit, Bob Arum is going to do the same thing. Let's scale back. Be careful about the level of competition. We got to protect our investment. And he may jump ship too. But Frank Martin is just somebody who should be respected. There's two guys from 130 to 140. Two guys in particular that I think people really need to respect, and that's O'Shaquie Foster and Frank Martin. I don't know why people think they can get in there and beat O'Shaquie Foster or Frank Martin, especially what O'Shaquie Foster just did to Ray Vargas. That blows my mind that some of these fighters aren't giving that man the credit. O'Shaquie Foster, when he beat Ray Vargas, you guys understand how good Ray Vargas is? Like, yeah, slippery Shaq. Ray Vargas is not a tune-up fight. Like, that's not one of those fights where he's a gatekeeper. Ray Vargas is a monster, man. Bully Block says, what's your thoughts about Haney? I never hear talk about him. Devin Haney? All right. I don't ever talk about Haney. You're right. I don't talk about him. But I'm going to talk about him now since you asked me, okay? I think Devin Haney is a special fighter. When Devin Haney first came over, when he was doing all the promotion by himself and fighting all over the place, right? Haney wasn't getting a lot of coverage, but he was self-promoting, doing things his own way, and he was doing very good at it. Eddie Hearn picked Devin Haney up, put him on the zone. When I saw Devin Haney fight on the zone for the first time, I've seen him fight before. I knew he could fight, but I was watching that and I was like, to me, it's the same way I felt when I watched O'Shaquie Foster fight Ray Vargas. When I watched Devin Haney in his very first fight on the zone, I said, damn, this man fights like, he looked like a young Mayweather. Everything was just, the shoulder roll, the counters, the lead rights, the jab to the body, upstairs, changing levels, stepping around, bumping, uppercut, right hook. Everything he was doing, man, blew my mind. And then he continued going to the next fight, got in there with Linares, still looked amazing. Yeah, he got caught in an exchange, whatever, combinations. That's what happens sometimes. But he looked amazing. Got in there with Jojo Diaz, looked amazing. Jojo did touch him up a little bit, but, Haney looked amazing. So in my opinion, Haney is an amazing fighter. When he went over to fight Kambosos, right? If you notice, they're all Mayweather. Now Tank, Stevenson, him, Foster. He said, if you notice, they're all Mayweather. Now, Tank was with Mayweather. Yeah. They all come from that Mayweather. They cut from that Mayweather cloth. But what Haney did over there in Australia, because Kambosos can fight. He really can fight. But I think the stars lined up for Kambosos a little bit when Kambosos went on and fought Teofimo. And the reason those stars lined up is because Teofimo, they didn't have Joey Gamache in the corner. If you guys follow the channel, what's up, Victor, man? Glad you were able to jump on, man. If you watch Joey Gamache, he was in Teofimo's camp for Comey and for Lomachenko. And that's why Teofimo looked so spectacular in those fights. But for the Kambosos fight, Joey Gamache wasn't in his camp. So it was just Teofimo and his dad. That's why Teofimo, he just had a meltdown. So when you look at Devin Haney going to fight Kambosos, I think the stars lined up for Kambosos in the Teo fight. But what Devin Haney did in Australia, let me tell you, man, against a really good fighter with all the odds against him, he shut him down. And then you look at the rematch, he did the same thing to Kambosos. So Devin Haney is a special fighter. But I'm gonna tell you, if you ask me, okay, so you think highly of Devin Haney? Yeah, I do. What do you think of Devin Haney and Tank? I think Devin Haney versus Tank, I think Tank knocks him out. I just think Tank is a really clever master boxer with a punch. And Tank has a high IQ. And you got to understand, all these guys have those expanded amateur backgrounds. Nobody talks about these guys' amateur backgrounds. You don't just get to be, 100 and something fights, 200 and something fights with less than 10 losses unless you're special. Even if you had 200 fights with less than 10 losses, let's say 150 of those guys with tomato cans, 50 of those guys had to be quality. So there's got to be something special about the fighter. But I personally think Tank at some point would knock Devin Haney out. Yeah, they know Ryan. Everyone knows Ryan can fight. I think Tank would knock Haney out. Tank and what's his name, Shakur Stevenson. Forget Tank. If Haney fought Shakur Stevenson, I think that's a toss-up. I really think that's a toss-up. If Haney fought Ryan Garcia, I think that's a toss-up. I think Tank beats Haney though. But I think Haney's a toss-up with Shakur. I think Haney and Ryan's a toss-up. Now Haney fighting Frank Martin, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that one. Because Frank Martin, man, he can really box and fight, stay in the pocket, slip punches. And whenever he throws his left hand, if you watch, right, when he fought Rivera, when Frank Martin throws that left hand, he's able to throw that left hand from weird angles. If you watch, he was throwing that left hand from angles and getting it to the target. I mean, superb accuracy, right? The stuff he was able to do, I paid attention to that. I said it's going to be hard for someone to beat him. But him and Haney's not going to really give him a chance to get in that close. Martin has a good matchup. Yeah, Martin and Haney is a tough fight. But Martin has the ability to slip a shot and close the distance because he can use his legs to get in close. And before the fighter can react, he's already on you. But I just can't say with confidence that what's his name that Haney would beat Martin or Martin would beat Haney. I just think that's a toss-up. But I'll tell you this, O'Shaquie Foster, I think O'Shaquie Foster beats everybody. That's just my opinion, man. I think O'Shaquie Foster will beat Tank, and I know that's saying a lot. I think O'Shaquie Foster beats Haney. I think O'Shaquie Foster beats Shaquille Stevenson. I think O'Shaquie Foster beats Ryan Garcia. Yeah, Devin is, yeah. I'm glad you pointed that out, Jay Reddy. Yeah, Devin does a lot of clinching, man. They were counting his clinches. It's like something like more than 50 clinches a fight. But clinches is part of boxing. But if you get a referee in there, I tell you what, you go out there and fight. You get the wrong referee, he can ruin Devin Haney's night, because Devin Haney's whole game plan is pop shot you, get a combination off, and then wrap you up, or wrap you up, turn you, get a shot off, then create distance again. So Devin Haney is kind of predictable, but it's still hard. Once you get in the ring with those guys, from the outside, it looks easier than what it really is. But yeah, he's a clincher, man. Yeah, let's not take it to the stupid champ. Foster beats everyone. I think O'Shaquie Foster beats everybody. I mean, that's just me. I like O'Shaquie Foster. I was really impressed with what he was doing inside that damn fight with Ray Vargas. But yeah, that's what I think about Haney. I think Haney's special, but I think at some point Haney's gonna have to move up. Haney one punch away from getting KO and crying. Yeah, man, I think so. If Haney goes up to 140. They're gonna have to be careful with how they're selecting fighters. You look at Teofimo. I personally think Teofimo could have continued with his impressive knockouts, but his dad's a little stubborn, man. And what I mean by that is, I understand with Joey Gamache, when the fight went to purse bid for Teo and Cambosos, I understand Top Rank didn't win the purse bid, so they didn't give them the money that they would normally give to set up a training camp and pay the trainer. See, that's how they would have paid. That's how they were paying Joey Gamache. But when Top Rank didn't get the purse bid, Triller got it. That means there was no money up front, and they didn't want to pay him out of pocket. Which to me, if you're making $2-3 million, you got the money, pay this man. But they didn't, and that hurt him. So they lost Camboso's fight. Then the first two fights over that 140, they didn't look great. And it's because, I really feel it's because they don't have Gamache in the corner. And to me, someone needs to sit their pride aside and just bring him back on the team. Don't replace your father. You know what I'm saying? Bring Gamache back on the team, because you need that set of eyes. Teofimo's dad has done great training him, but his dad's never fought. But he did a good job training him as an amateur and as a pro. Look what he's able to do with him. But you can't give him all that credit for those big fights, because those big fights, he had Gamache in his corner. So now you look at now where they are. They need Gamache back, because Teofimo, like I said, them guys are weight bullying people down there at 135. Teofimo, Haney, Ryan Garcia. But you look at Teofimo, the weight bullying, he can't really do that at 140. So now you've gone up to 140, and you don't have the advantage. So there's two advantages he lost going to 140. One, he lost the weight advantage. The second advantage he lost is having a trainer in his corner who had over 50 professional fights, less than, I think, five or less losses, and was a two-time champion. You lost having those set of eyes, that experience, and that voice in your corner. And that, to me, hurts Teofimo more than losing the advantage of being a weight bully. But hey, they're gonna do what they want, man. That's what I said. But I don't know. But I don't think his dad. I think he should always keep your father with you. But I just don't think his dad is going to get him beyond Josh Taylor. This man about to fight Josh Taylor. Now there's two things happening here. Josh Taylor is ducking Catterall. I don't like to use the word duck, because Josh Taylor is not a duck, but he's ducking Catterall. And we all know Teofimo, he ducked Regis. I don't care what you say. He's going after the money. I get it. He's chasing the big money. Nothing wrong with that. But he want nothing to do with Regis Prograis. But Josh Taylor is a hard fight. I don't know what makes Teofimo and his dad, right? Because like you said, Teofimo's dad is not the best trainer. What makes Teofimo Sr. think that Josh Taylor, that is a winnable fight for them? That is not. Let me tell you. I think I'm gonna tell you right now. I think Josh Taylor is gonna knock out Teofimo Lopez. That's just me. I think Josh Taylor knocks out Teofimo Lopez. That's my opinion. And his confidence, yeah, absolutely. I was just about to point that out. Teofimo Lopez, his confidence has been affected. That's bad medicine when your confidence gets affected. That's bad medicine. You know, that's like when Caleb Plant was in there with Canelo talking about, am I good? Am I better than what you thought? Am I this? You're in the middle of a fight and you asking your opponent what they think about your skills, if they approve of you. That's a problem. That's like with Conor McGregor fighting the guy, what's his name, man? Where he insulted the guy's dad, his religion, and then the guy had him on the ground, damn near trying to break his neck, and Conor was like, hey, it was just, I didn't mean anything by it. I was trying to promote the fight, hype the fight up. You know, when that's what's happening, those guys have lost. So for Teo, insecure Teo, for Teo to come at the end of the fight talking about does he still have it and stuff like that, that's a problem. Plus, he has a lot of things going on outside in his personal life, and he just can't seem to shake that. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you right now, I'm willing to bet money that Teofimo Lopez will get knocked out by Josh Taylor. I just don't think Teofimo Lopez belongs in the ring with those guys. Yeah, that's it. Something of I can't. Khabib something. But I know his name is Khabib. But yeah, you just can't come out here and think you're gonna get in the ring with Josh Taylor. You know, hey, do y'all think Ben Davison should have stopped that fight this weekend between Wood and Lara? I don't know if you guys saw the fight, but to me, they should. To me, Davison should have allowed his guy a chance to try to get out the round. It was, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he should have stopped that fight, man. I think there was only like 12 seconds left, 9 seconds. But I went back and watched the ending again, and I'll tell you what, maybe Davison did the right thing to stop it. Not because I don't think his guy couldn't have made it to the end of the round. You were going for Lara? Yeah. Because Lara, Ben heard that. Yeah, he was in the corner. But if you watch, Lara, as soon as Wood got up, this is what I said, man, it's a good thing they stopped the fight. I thought they shouldn't have stopped it, but when I went back and watched the end, I'm glad they did. You know, when an opponent goes down, the guy who knocks him down is supposed to be in that opposite corner. Supposed to be in that corner till the referee tells him, come on and fight. That guy, Lara was already in the middle of the ring, standing right behind the referee. If that referee would have moved out the way, that guy Lara I think he would have hurt Wood badly, because Lara was, he wasn't even supposed to be there. He was out of position. But it is what it is. But they're already planning the rematch right now. And Eubank Jr. and Billy Joe Saunders, Liam Smith, they're planning the rematch right now as well. He said Lara was done though. Yeah, Lara was losing that fight. Yeah, he was losing that fight. Dude was good. Wood made me change halfway through. Yeah, it was a good fight, man. It was a good fight. But, I just think they should have I would have liked to see it continue. But, Eddie Hearn said something. I don't always agree with him, but he's right. You know what? With 10 seconds left in the fight, that's like 7 to 8 punches that can get rattled off and permanently damage somebody, where there's irreversible damage. So yeah, I think with Lara and Wood, that may have been a good stoppage. Rematch coming, yeah, it is. Hey, Yordenis Ugas, he's out here playing games on Twitter. He said there was some boxer, a big name boxer, who reached out to him for a fight, but he won't say who it is. And I'm sitting here trying to think, right? What big name fighter would reach out to Yordenis Ugas for a fight? I was like, it just doesn't make sense. First, I was thinking Boots and Crawford, but I just can't see. Crawford. Yeah, I was thinking it was Crawford, right? And the reason why I was thinking it was Crawford, because with the WBO rankings, because Crawford has a WBO title, so he's got to defend it. But when you go through that WBO ranking, I think Lara's like number 9. So when you go through it, you got Virgil Ortiz, who's at the top, which we know that fight's not going to happen because Virgil Ortiz, he's got things going on with Stan Eunice over there for the WBA. After Virgil Ortiz, you got Keith Thurman. You know that fight's not going to happen with Crawford because Keith Thurman and Spence supposed to be fighting. Then after that, at number 3, you got Alexis Rocha. Yeah, that would be a good fight, Crawford and Thurman. But then you got Rocha, and I don't think Crawford. Yeah, I don't think Crawford's really shooting for Rocha. I don't think so. I think if they make Rocha the mandatory, then it is what it is. But I just don't think Crawford's shooting for him. But when you go down that pecking order, right? You get past Rocha, you get down there past Blair Cobb, and then you get down there and you see the name, what's his name? Yordenis Ugas. And that's a big name. Remember, just because somebody's ranked number 1 in an organization, that doesn't make them the mandatory. That's what people, they get that confused. Just because someone's ranked number 1, that doesn't mean they're the mandatory. So I want to make sure I understand that. But for Yordenis Ugas, out of all those guys ranked in the WBO, let's just be real. Alexis Rocha or Yordenis Ugas. What's the bigger name? Who's the better fighter? It's Ugas. It's not Rocha. So for Terrence Crawford and the WBO and them trying to make his next fight, I truly believe that could be what Terrence Crawford does. But then again, he's not going to get any credit for that either because of what happened with Spence and Ugas. I just don't think Crawford gets any credit for that. If he fights Rocha, he doesn't get any credit. Like Crawford he's not going to get any credit for anybody he fights unless he fights Spence. You know what I'm saying? He's just not going to get any credit. And for De La Hoya to come out here, yeah, I think so, Jay Reddy. I think Crawford could be ordered to fight Ugas. With Thurman, I don't know. But anything is possible because I don't care what anyone's saying. No one's talking. You know, I just did I think I did a video on that, a short. No one's talking, man. You know, Crawford's not talking. Ugas not talking. Spence not talking. Thurman's not talking. No one's talking. The promoters aren't talking. No one's doing interviews. No one's even going into the training camps. No one's going into the house doing interviews. There's a serious communication breakdown between fighters and the fans. I even think there's a communication breakdown between the promoters and the fighters. I think there's a huge improvement in communication across the sanctioning bodies. That's where I think the talks are taking place. They're talking, they're strategizing to make sure their belts get defended. Hey, congrats, Bully Block. Keep doing your videos, man. Keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? You have your own style. You have your own approach. Do your videos. Do it your way. Don't try to do it anyone else's way, man. It's like me. I am what I am. You know what I mean? Don't be like they got a cornball out here who's doing videos. I'll try. I hate being on camera. Man, well then do like me. I'm not always on camera. I do a lot of them where I'm talking in the background, but I have a lot where I'm on camera. But don't be like that cornball who's out there on Twitter right now, and they're making Terrence Crawford has him looking real stupid because this content creator has never boxed in his life. He doesn't know a damn thing about boxing, but he has all these followers. I don't see why people even listen to this fool because he lies. He just gets on there and lies. But now Crawford has put some pressure on him. Now this fool has come out and there's a clip from a video he did where he put like he's shooting his head. He lifts up his shirt, shows his fat belly, like really embarrassed himself, man. So yeah, you just be true to yourself, man. Yeah, no, it wasn't blue blood. It wasn't blue blood, man. But I saw what happened. We're getting off subject here, but we can talk about it real quick. I saw what happened. I just saw a clip of everyone from these different content creators attacking the guy Blue Blood, man. And I was like, what the hell is this? But, I don't know all that. I don't follow those guys, man. I just know that I thought that was unusual. But there was one idiot who was part of that discussion who was just totally shouting out nonsense, being an idiot. Well, anyway, that's the one that's just totally embarrassed himself, and Terrence Crawford is giving him real pressure. And I just thought it was funny because this same person was making fun of people of Jamal Charlo and the fact that Jamal Charlo is having mental health issues, and I didn't like what he was saying about people with mental health issues and Jamal Charlo, because you got to understand, man, I'm a retired military guy. You know what I'm saying? And I know how that mental health, I know how that shit affects people. That shit ain't no joke. So when I hear these cornballs with their little funny channels just want to disrespect people and say things, these broad brush statements about things, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I know what that eats a person. I've seen people just dry up as a result of mental health issues and stress. I just seen them go from being healthy, muscular, and shape, just dry up to nothing. So when I saw this idiot, that's where I stopped. I said, I blocked that dude because I can't look at nothing from him, man. Yeah, Crawford is, man. Crawford is. But that comes with the territory, man. You know what I'm saying? People are going to have an opinion about you. You know what I mean? Crawford got to have thicker skin. But the problem with Crawford, I'm going to tell you the problem with Crawford. He likes to engage these people. Shouldn't do that. Like you can't win. You know what I'm saying? You can't out ignorant an ignorant person. You know what I'm saying? Like you just can't. You can't take it to the stupid further than them. Just don't even pay attention. That's like me. For a second, I almost got caught up with some of the comments that would pop up on here. You know, when you and I had to catch myself because I'm like, hold on, this person doesn't know me. I don't know them. They don't know a damn thing about me. So now I don't pay no attention. That shit, I read it and it's gone to the next thing. And if it's really inappropriate, I'll delete it because, nobody needs to be reading that stuff. But that's what's going on out there in boxing right now, man. What else y'all want to talk about? We can talk about anything, man. I actually like the fact that you guys brought up that stuff about Crawford getting in his feelings. But these fighters getting in their feelings, man. I mean, how would you feel somebody disrespecting your wife? We've seen pictures of Crawford's family, beautiful family, in my opinion. I know people talking about, his wife is a little bit heavy. Man, that woman gave that man how many kids? How many kids she gave him? All the kids, one dad, one mom, same father, all them kids, man. That's a beautiful thing. So every pound that she gained as a result of carrying them 5 or 6 kids they have, man, nobody should sit there and make fun of her, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's funny at all. I think that's a blessing, in my opinion. And I think Crawford's doing the right thing by staying close and loving that woman. She get that man all them kids. Do you think those defective gloves with Crawford will catch up with him soon? Oh, thank you, Jay Reddy, for bringing that up. Because I had totally forgot about that. And I meant to talk about it. Hey, I don't know if it's going to catch up with him. But I tell you what, Jay Reddy, that team of Anderson, no stitches bust the gloves. No stitches busting the gloves. Hey, what's up, Kevin Knight? I tell you what, with those Terrence Crawford gloves, team of Anderson, man, they're pushing to get that fight overturned. They haven't let that go. They're not letting that go. They're trying to get that loss overturned, and they're trying to get more attention on those gloves to find out what went wrong. Because I don't know if they need to overturn it, but there needs to be something done about it because we got to be fair here, right? I know we've talked about this before, but let's talk about it. If that was with all the crap, right? Now, I truly believe Tyson Fury, I believe they set Deontay Wilder up. I think there was a lot of different moving pieces behind the scenes, everything. But imagine if that was Deontay Wilder. Imagine if that was Deontay Wilder. I mean, if that was Tyson Fury. And he had on gloves, but everything Tyson Fury has gone through with the allegations, right? Imagine that was Tyson Fury with those gloves and stitching came out. Busted thumb stitch. They look at the glove after the fight. It don't matter what they cry about, right? I'm not disagreeing with you, Kevin Knight, but what I'm saying is just imagine if that was Tyson Fury wearing a glove that had been defected. Oh, Lord have mercy, man. People would have gone crazy. What's up? Always keeping it 100. Hey, what's up, man? Totally Awesome Productions, man. I'm glad you guys were able to get on. Yeah, we're just talking about he cheated. You think you think Crawford cheated in that Evanescence fight? Hey, I looked at those gloves, man. Those gloves were fall. I mean, they were just like exploding, man. I mean, the stitching was coming off from all over the place. But my thing is this, right? Let's say things happen, right? Let's say the gloves were really a defective batch of gloves, right? Let's say Crawford really got a defective batch. Yeah, he raised the glove up waving, right? Let's say he got a defective batch of gloves. My thing is, this is what makes it interesting. Now, I don't know if you guys heard this. I've talked about it before, but I'm going to say it again. When Crawford went to the referee, okay, that's the first thing I'm going to tell y'all, right? She didn't know what to do. She didn't know what to do, right? So then they go over to Larry Moe and Curly, the commission there outside the ring. They look, Larry Moe and Curly didn't know what the hell to do. They just, okay, keep the party going, right? But this is my thing. The referee, I was just about to say that, Bully Block. The referee, right? This is what made me say, damn, Terrence Crawford got the Kinahan connection going on in Nebraska. The damn referee was supposedly Terrence Crawford's cousin. And one or two of those people on the commission were somehow related to Crawford as well. And I said, man, that is a problem. That's a problem. So I said, Crawford really got the Kinahan connection going here. He got his cousin ref in the fight. Larry Moe and Curly, I don't know if it was Larry or Moe, one of them was supposed to be related to him. Crawford, it's one thing to bring put your family on, put them in positions to make money. You know what I'm saying? But damn, not for your fight. You got the people in there who can affect the outcome of a fight. And those are people where y'all at the barbecue playing dominoes together, man. Get out of here with that. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. Terrence Crawford, he knew what the hell he was doing. If it's true, he knew what the hell he was doing. Crawford brought everybody from the family barbecue. He brought them to the event that night, not only as spectators to damn ref the fight and to be part of the commission. Terrence Crawford didn't need to do that for Evanescence. Hey, but that's what happened when you get Black Prime involved. You know what I'm saying? Crazy. He beat that guy with gloves without wrestling, Pinocchio, whatever. Yeah, he beat him. He did. He beat him, man. He beat him. Yeah, the referee's supposed to check those gloves. It's just unfortunate that it happened the way it happened, man. But what they should have done, all joking aside, they should have just stopped the fight and changed the glove. You don't let somebody go forward with a defective glove, man, with the damn padding coming out the glove. You just don't know what to do, so you let the fight continue. That's not what you do. You stop the fight, no matter how pissed off. If the momentum was going for one fighter's way, the corners get mad, the crowd gets mad, they start throwing Heineken bottles at you, whatever. Stop the fight and change the damn glove. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see if the fight gets overturned. I would not be surprised if they were to overturn that fight. But that's just for all the people who hate Crawford, they're going to have so much crap to say about that if that happens. But I do know that Team Evanescence, just recently they were talking about it. So they did an interview where they were talking about it. They're pushing to have it overturned. Yeah, that would be a blemish on Crawford, man. I don't. And my thing is this: look at how quickly Everlast came out with a statement about the gloves, and it was a defective batch. And I didn't peel the layers back, but how do they know that glove in particular that went out to Crawford, right? How do they know that glove came from a defective batch? Maybe a serial number, they can track it. Maybe they did a special order just for the Crawford Evanescence fight. See, I don't know that, but that would be my question. How does Everlast or whoever was the manufacturer of the gloves, how do they know that pair in particular was defective? Now it did look like a special order. It did with the colors and stuff. But I mean, I don't know. But yeah, Kevin Knight, yeah, I think they'd make it to a no contest. But I know that they're pushing for more than that. But yeah, they probably make it a no contest. But even if it becomes a no contest, that just doesn't help Terrence Crawford. You know what I'm saying? But I do know that there are a lot of, you look at when these guys are selecting gloves, the Reyes glove is supposed to be the puncher glove. I know that fighters and their managers are very particular about the glove that their fighter selects on that night. Like there are certain gloves that they know doesn't seem to have as much padding as other gloves. You can even watch when some of these fighters get in the ring and you look at their gloves. Sometimes they like to get this big bubble on their hands. That's like it's a lot of padding. Then you look at the opponent's glove, it looks pretty much flat. But, they're approved for the fight, so it is what it is. Yeah, the horsehair gloves, yeah. That's why you see those guys, no contest like Hopkins or Roy Jones, right? You see these guys go out there and they break that padding down even further to try to get that knuckle as close to the surface of that glove as possible. You've heard the stories about Mike Tyson and they, punching walls and doing different things to break the glove down. Not supposed to be able to do that, But one thing I will tell you is, we all follow boxing. And, I've done a lot of videos on Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury, all the stuff about this whole thing about cheating and egg weights in gloves. It doesn't matter how much padding you take out of a glove or how much padding is in the glove. You just can't make me believe that somebody will put something between their knuckles and the glove, a hard metal object, to punch somebody. That doesn't make sense at all. Now, for someone to have maybe something inside here, because I know as kids, some of the older heads would tell us, get a rock, hold it in your hand, that gives you more impact when you hit somebody, But I just find all that it's just hard to believe. But when it comes to these gloves, man, it is what it is. Everyone has a way they feel. You look at the whole crap with Maidana and Mayweather. All hell broke loose behind the gloves. You look at what Dillian White and Jermaine Franklin just recently. I don't know if y'all knew that. All hell broke loose with those gloves between Dillian White and Jermaine Franklin. Photoley Production says, you would have to be legally and illegally blind. Cannot see that Tyson Fury pulls his gloves up. They give him more knuckles. Absolutely. He pulls his glove. I'll tell you what, if Tyson Fury gloves were a pair of pants, the pair of pants would be somewhere around his esophagus. You know what I mean? The pants would be up to his chin. That's just how high he tries to pull those gloves up. You know what I mean? To get that knuckle right there to the surface. And those are facts. And a lot of people do it, but you can see with some of the fighters where they just don't care. Then you'll see they put all that damn tape on the glove, man. Everyone's trying to get an unfair advantage. A lot of them try to get an unfair advantage, man. They use plaster. Yeah, we know about what happened with that crazy Margarito out there trying to kill people, man. Not see, yeah. Kevin Knight says custom horsehair gloves, Fury used, proved before the third fight as they cut him open. Yep. Man, let me tell you something, man. Yeah, an unfair advantage, absolutely. You guys know just as much about this boxing as me, man. I've had a lot of people recently getting on that video I did about Tyson Fury and Kinahan, where I went and connected all the dots about the nutritionists, about all the cheating, and if there was foul play with Wilder. And that video seemed to has caught fire again. And that's good. I think that video should have, in my opinion, that video should have 1 million views. It's just getting people to want to look, to want to really take time and watch it. That's a 40-something minute video. But that talks on a lot of the things that we're talking about right now. Everybody does that. Your knuckles go so far, I think they should use the same gloves. Yeah, that's one thing I can't understand. Why don't they just all use the same gloves? You know what I'm saying? If you're telling me that it's a level playing field, right, with the gloves, and everybody wants a level playing field, everything should be the same. In my opinion, same everything. Same shoes, same shorts, maybe different colors, same mouthpiece. Why sit there and no one cares about that? But the gloves are very particular. The puncher's glove, everybody, why not? Because they're not the same damn gloves. You know what I'm saying? They're just not the same. They're all manufactured differently, and it is what it is. But then you got some fighters who probably wouldn't want a puncher's glove anyway, because the guys who have brittle hands and stuff like that, they probably want something to really help to protect their hand, and not really give them an advantage to knock somebody out, but more or less to protect their hand. And so I guess you got, some people will be for it and some will be against it. But I definitely think there should be a level playing field. No doubt about that. Right? Yeah, absolutely. There should be, Floyd. Yeah, Floyd is one of those examples, man. There was somebody else who used to talk a lot about their hands getting broken, but I can't remember. But it was someone else talking about their hands were breaking their hands in fights. Oh, I know Arturo Gatti used to break his hands in fights. But speaking of a tough fighter, y'all see Shane Mosley Jr. just got him a win this past week. Shane Mosley Jr., they're trying to line Shane Mosley Jr. up for a big fight. Yeah, Wilder broke his hand too. But Shane Mosley Jr., they're trying to line him up for a fight. They're trying to get Shane Mosley Jr. and Munguia. But that fight was supposed to be happening, but I don't know. Something about the talks. Like, I don't know if it fell apart or they're looking at trying to get Munguia to catch weight with Bivol. But Shane Mosley Jr. may be on the cusp of getting him a big name. Yeah, those Reyes gloves. And Shane Mosley Jr., man, he's been boxing as a pro for a while. I would like to see him get a fight against a big name. And because I think at this point, throw him in there with Munguia. If you're not going to put Munguia in with Adamus, you're not going to put him in with, what's his name, Abel Canuli. You're not going to put him in there with Jamal Charlo. You're not going to put him in there with some of these killers at 160. Well, you know what? Let what's his name get an opportunity. Shane Mosley Jr., man. Like that's what they should do. Because Shane Mosley Jr., man, he's got what it takes. If you're going to keep giving what's his name, Gabriel Rosado, you're going to keep giving Gabriel Rosado opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. So why don't you give Shane Mosley Jr. an opportunity? Matter of fact, why don't you let Shane Mosley Jr. fight Gabriel Rosado? That's what I think. But I think the downside to Shane Mosley Jr. is signed over there to De La Hoya as well. He signed to Golden Boy. And they're just not keeping him active enough. So it is what it is. Golden Boy taking losses this year. Yeah, Golden Boy going to take some losses this year. Absolutely. They definitely are. And Ryan Garcia is the first one. No doubt. I seen a fight a couple of days ago. Mexican guy with 0 wins, 15 losses. Yeah. That's horrible. That's horrible. You see records like that. Those records like that are the kind of records you see with the opponents that Tommy Fury was facing. Tommy Fury, if you look at the records of the guys he fought, and Tommy Fury's about to fight Jake Paul, which I think Jake Paul's going to knock him out. But you look and see the record of the guy he's been fighting, horrible. Munguia too is Shane Mosley Jr. has a record, I believe, 19-4. Haven't really seen too much from him yet. Shane Mosley Jr. can fight, man. Paul will stop Fury. Yeah, Jake Paul is going to stop Fury. But yeah, Shane Mosley Jr. can fight. He can really fight. He just needs to step up now and just see what happens. But yeah, Kevin Knight, I think Paul is going to stop Fury. I honestly don't believe that Tommy Fury and his team are taking. Who do you think is going to win? Did Jake Paul or Tommy Fury? Yeah, Tommy Fiasco Fury. I think Jake Paul's going to knock Tommy Fury out. I do. Yeah, I think Jake Paul knocks Tommy Fury out. I don't think that Tommy Fury and his dad. I just don't think that. I think Tyson Fury takes Jake Paul seriously. Tyson Fury knows that Jake Paul is really out there fighting and training and working. But when I listen to Tommy Fury's dad get up there and talk, and knowing that his dad is in the camp and training him, and I just don't think that Tommy Fury knows what he's getting himself into. He got long arms and everything, but I just think he's gonna get knocked out. I'm giving Jake Paul the edge in that fight. He's been putting the work in, man. Jake Paul knows his back is against the wall. He can't lose. Showtime's not. Let me tell you, when it comes to these guys like Showtime and these big networks, when you come behind a fighter like Jake Paul, right? And I'm gonna call him a fighter because he's a fighter, right? But we understand the world he came from, but where he's now. When you get the WBC behind you as well and looking to rank you, I think at cruiserweight, but they're about to rank Jake Paul if he beats Tommy Fury. But when you have that kind of money and that kind of backing behind you, you have to win. You know what I'm saying? You have to win. Jake Paul can't come out here and lose. Like, if he loses, then what? Like, this whole mystic surrounding Jake Paul, right? It all has to do with him where he keeps winning. He keeps winning. If he loses, that goes away. You know what I'm saying? But if he loses, hey, I don't know. But at least let him beat Tommy Fury and then step up and fight a no-kidding Edgar Berlanga type guy. Lose to him. No harm, no foul. Don't lose to Tommy Fury. But I don't think he's going to lose to Tommy Fury. But this is the thing. Jake Paul's run is going to probably come to an end anyway. Because Jake Paul is out here poking the wrong bear. Jake Paul poking the wrong bear. This man out here calling out Carl Froch for a fight. Now, if y'all follow boxing, y'all know who the hell Carl Froch is. I don't care if Carl Froch was 70 years old. Jake Paul would never, ever beat Carl Froch. Ever. So that, I don't care how old Froch is. Nah, man. Paul's not beating. Jake Paul is not beating Carl Froch. We don't see eye to eye on that one, Bully Bog, man. I mean, as if you're just saying he's old, or you're saying Jake Paul beats him. Kevin Knight, Paul has developed his jab, coupled with his power, good right hand. Fury coming forward, gets caught, runs into it. Yeah, Fury's going to get caught because Jake Paul, that's his bread and butter. He's going to sit there and hide that right hand, and then when you're not expecting it, it comes out of nowhere. And he can loop it, he can throw it over the top, or he can throw it straight. Jake Paul, with his right hand, I'm not saying it's the same thing, but he's impressed me the way he throws his right hand, the way Frank Martin has impressed me, the way he's able to get that left hand off. They're both able to get that left hand off and that right hand off from any weird angle positioning, even how their feet are placed. They can get that shot off. So yeah, I give Paul a chance, a strong chance to knock out Tommy Fury. Paul loses, you got to take another fight, keep trying. Yeah, Jake Paul can't quit, especially if it's close or he's fighting over there, if you feel like he gets robbed or something. I think there's a lot of people who are going to come out and support Jake Paul if it's a close fight, if they feel like he got robbed, you know what I'm saying? I think they'll come out and support him. You know, oh yeah, Daniel Jacobs. Paul has been trying, dude. You know who? Oh yeah, Daniel Jacobs, Jake Paul would be a good fight. Daniel Jacobs, I think, still has what it takes to beat Jake Paul, but Daniel Jacobs has been inactive. Make you wonder what happened to him. He was on a good run, Daniel Jacobs, over there in Matchroom. Now, I don't know if Jacobs is coming back. He was making millions over there with Eddie Hearn. He was making millions. Who trains with Daniel Jacobs? You saying Jake Paul trains with Daniel Jacobs? That's news to me, man. He heard somewhere. I'd never heard that Jake Paul was working with Daniel Jacobs. I know Chad Dawson was in there sparring with him and giving him some work, but I did not know that. Paul's real. He's got to get along. He got a long way to go. His feet are trash. What is it? Yeah, he's on the way. Jake Paul's, he's in progress, man. He's work in progress, man. But he's on his way. He's on his way. But I know he has enough right now to knock out the damn Tommy Fury. If I was a fighter from Totally Awesome, right? If I was a fighter that's been sitting out, I would definitely try to get a fight with Jake Paul. At least you're going to get paid. Yeah, of course. Go in there and make your little $4 or $5 million. Even Tyrone Woodley was trying to fight Tommy Fury because Woodley knows there's money there. You know what I mean? He got 2 big paydays against Jake Paul, that's like Maidana getting the 2 big paydays against Floyd Mayweather. That's like on Tim Bradley getting the 3 big paydays against Manny Pacquiao. You know, it's just you gotta fight for those big fights, man, because the shelf life of a boxer, man, it's not very long. So get your money while you can. Yeah. Chad Dawson was in the camp. Yeah, Bully Block. Kevin Knight said, I heard Jacobs politicking a couple of months ago about a 168 fight. Can't remember who. Yeah. I don't know who he'd fight. Probably Demetrius Andrade. Kevin Knight. That's probably who he's talking about, because Andrade's at 168 now. And Andre, to me, he's just a sad case, man. But I would like to see Andre and Daniel Jacobs fight. But Andre's trying to get Charlo. He's trying to get Benavidez. He's trying to get Plant. Andre's trying to get Canelo. Andre's just trying to fight anybody, man. But nobody wants to fight him. Nobody wants to fight him. And he's kind of stepped on his own toes. There's been some fights that he decided not to take, which he's kind of hurt himself. But at this point, Demetrius Andrade doesn't have much left in boxing. You know, those guys are getting up there in age. Ryder beat Canelo. You know, Ryder and Canelo are supposed to be fighting in Mexico on May 6th, I believe. May 6th. You think Ryder will beat Canelo? I don't know, man. Anything's possible. Canelo's been fighting for a long time. You never know when that wear and tear shows up on a boxer. You know? Yeah. Andre didn't want to fight Janibek at all. He got the hell up out the division, didn't he? But you've been fighting, 15, 16 years as a pro, man. That's a lot of wear and tear. And with Canelo, we'll see how he does. We'll see how he does against Ryder. But I don't know. Fighting in Mexico, so we'll see. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, of course. Ryder doesn't stand a chance if it gets to round 10. It's all downhill. Ryder has to stop Canelo. You can't let that go to the scorecards at all. Fortally says Adrian Broner shot himself in the mouth with all the crazy antics before and after fights. At the end of the day, you're dealing with professionals. They can only take so much. Yeah, absolutely, man. You know, it's like I always say, these networks, these promoters, they have a brand. You know what I'm saying? And, you can't come now and be attached to those guys and have all these crazy antics going on outside the ring. That affects their brand, and they don't want that. And you're right. After you can only bend so far before you break. And at some point, people, they reach their breaking point, and they don't want to deal with the BS. So then Adrian Broner had a second chance at life. And I truly believe when he talked a little bit about Al Capone Heyman, I was talking about the money and talking about fights and Espinosa and those guys trying to set him up to fight King Kong and Godzilla. I truly believe that pissed those guys off. And they said, you know what, man? If he wants to come out here and say things about us, we're going to shut him down. Yeah. And I honestly think that's what happened. He was just saying too much, getting comfortable. But, that's why I always tell people, I believe what Adrian Broner says. He's either going to tell the truth or he's not going to say anything at all. But unfortunately for him, he spoke way too much. And like we talked about, in the first live I had going on before I had to, start this second one over because of the damn buffering and internet BS. I'll tell you what, Deontay Wilder better be careful what he's doing. Y'all watch Deontay Wilder. We could be here in June or July, and Deontay Wilder would not have fought. He better watch his mouth too. Better watch his mouth. Better be careful. That's right. Yeah, Floyd was always mad at AB. Yep. Because AB always talking. Adrian Broner will tell your business. He just, Adrian Broner sees it as, keeping it real. I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to keep it 100. I can't lie. You know what? What you can do is listen a lot more and talk less. That's what they need to learn. Listen a whole lot more. Listen a whole lot and talk very little. I had to learn that shit I got to certain positions, before I retired. You get to a certain position where you in a big old glass house, big old glass house. And I remember I had this guy sit me down and he was like, hey, look, call me by my first name. He was like, hey, with the position you're at now, he's like, you can't go any higher. You're the top 1%, right? He's like, learn to listen a whole lot and talk very little. He's like, matter of fact, don't even talk if you don't have to. And I was like, damn, why everybody so scared around here? But I learned that with the quickness, you got to be very careful when you get to a certain point or you're associated with certain things. Because when you start saying things, you get yourself put in a bad situation. And definitely that's what happened to Adrian Broner. Yeah, all that drinking is not good, man. You can't come out here and just – but, when people hey, obviously he has some issues going on, man. He was drinking for this camp. Truth be told, that's what he said. Kevin Knight said, I smoke, I quit drinking. Man, I've never smoked. And I haven't drank alcohol, man, like 14 years, man. You know what I'm saying? My dad told me, he's like, hey, it's a wicked genie in every bottle, man. You don't want to wake that genie up. Because, you come from like me, from a West Indian background. Everything is music, food, drinking rum, scotch, coconut water. So from a young age, man, they got the party going, and we there sneaking and drinking rum, drinking scotch, coconut water. But that's normal. A lot of people wouldn't understand that. That's a cultural thing. You know what I'm saying? But, man, when my first son was born, I was done with that. No interest in drinking, man. And I don't drink now. But if you're going to drink in moderation. But you in damn training camp about to get paid $3, $4, $5 million, and you in there drinking and coming in drunk, and your trainer has a fight with you and argue with you about you having some kind of discipline. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. I don't know. Yeah. Bully Block. You didn't see those videos? You can go right there to YouTube and look when Adrian Broner used to. Yes, right. Moderation. Adrian Broner was flushing them 20s and 50s down the toilet, 10s, and just stupid, man. Flushing money down the toilet. Stupid. But hey, those and it was real money. Those antics. It helped to build his profile. It helped to build his platform. Hey, look, man, people like to see that extremism. You know what I'm saying? And he is an extreme person. He was doing extreme stuff. This man out there in a jacuzzi, him and his friends and girls, everybody in there butt naked. He running down hallways on video and hotels with just sneakers on and butt naked. So he did a lot of the foolishness that the shock and awe stuff and social media and stuff, and people gravitated towards it. But it kind of backfired on him because can't be out here going to jail over and over, issues with females, punching innocent people walking down the damn boardwalk out there in Vegas. You just can't keep going to jail, and you can't keep – if you're going to get in that kind of trouble, at least when you get in the ring, go all out, knock people out. You know what I mean? Like, that way they can forget about the crap you have going on outside the ring. But you're messing up outside the ring and you're messing up inside the ring? That's a double whammy. Nobody wants to get behind and support you, man. It is what it is, man. Kevin Knight says, I'm a lifelong alcoholic. It was normal for us. I learned how to drink finally. Good bourbon is for sip and taste. Little buzz, relax. Rest and relax. Well, good. I'm glad you got it under control there, Kevin, man. That's right, man. Moderation, you can enjoy yourself. I just have no desire to do it, man. You know what I'm saying? At all, but I don't knock it. I still make rum punch like the holidays. I make big old things of rum punch, man. And in the neighborhood, man, they got some uppity people out here. I'll sell it to them, like $30 a bottle. They be buying it, man, because that's all they do is spend money out here. So I'll go out there and I'll get them for like $30 a bottle. Danny Garcia don't want to smoke with y'all. Nah. Danny Garcia, man, me neither. I ain't drinking. Yeah, I haven't drank. My son 13, 14 years, man. But yeah, Danny Garcia, he's not going to – all he's going to do at 154 is fight once every 12, 18 months, make his few million to help with his real estate investments, and that's it. He wasn't able to clip Charlo. He wasn't able to clip Spence. He wasn't able to clip Thurman. He wasn't able to clip Porter. He's not going to get up there and clip no damn Jamel Charlo or any other really big name at 154. He won't even beat Tony Harrison. He won't beat Tim Tszyu. Yeah, Danny Garcia, he just has a name at this point, and that's it. It is what it is, man. But yeah, we talked about a lot, man. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Danny's a great fighter. He's not beating those top guys. Heard he's asking for Spence at 154. Yeah, he was asking for Spence at 154, but Danny Garcia now wants Erislandy Lara at a catch weight, I think, of like I don't know, 158 or something, 157. I know it's a catch weight at something, but Danny Garcia wants to fight Erislandy Lara. But he wants it at a catch weight, but also for Erislandy Lara's title, which he's not going to get. Bully Block. Garcia always been a close or lucky fighter at best. Yeah, 154, he was good. At 147, he was good. It's just, there's levels to it. And I just don't think he had the punch output speed and the footwork to really handle those guys like a Thurman, a Porter, and a Spence. Fully awesome productions. Not to switch gears, but I didn't get a chance to finish the video that you made about David Benavidez. Is a comment to Caleb Plant. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think David Benavidez and Caleb Plant, that's one of those fights. We talked about that a little bit in here, man. You can't take poison in moderation. Absolutely. That damn, Lara beat the brakes off him. But, yeah, Benavidez and Caleb Plant, it's one of those fights. It's like I said in the video, and like I said here, that boils down to Victor Conte versus Heredia. That's really what it boils down to. Which fighter can get the most supplements in them without getting caught. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. Because Heredia, Conte, we talked about it earlier, I think in the first live before I had to throw this one on. Those guys are masters, man. Just like that Dr. Usman Sajjad. Like I said, those guys are masters at putting together these drugs to help a fighter achieve an optimal performance in whatever sport it is, but in particular, we're here with boxing. And they know just what to give them to mask things. And you look at Michel Rivera, he just tested positive for stuff he shouldn't have had in his system. I think they were diuretics. He's with Conte with Snack. But now you got Plant, who's with Conte and Snack. And David Benavidez, who for the first time is bringing Heredia on. There's a reason he's bringing Heredia on. So you're going to have basically Plant Benavidez, but it's really Conte and Heredia. That's the battle. And we talked about Benavidez saying he's going to break Caleb Plant's ribs. He's going to break his jaw, put blood in his mouth. He's going to beat him into submission. He's not going to come out the corner. And I was saying, why in the world? What is it that Benavidez knows that we don't know that gives him the confidence that he's going to be able to do something to Caleb Plant that he's never done to anyone else? And I think it's because he got Heredia in his corner. So it is what it is, man. But yeah, I just think it's a close fight. I think that fight is a lot closer than what people are saying. Caleb Plant can fight. He's not going to sit there and just let somebody just bang on him. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to sit there and just let Benavidez do that. I don't think Benavidez has good enough footwork to float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. He probably cut the ring off every now and then. But I just don't think he's going to be able to keep up with Caleb Plant. He's so upset. He's so angry. He's really trying to turn into a Mexican monster, right? He's so upset and so angry that he wants to go in here and hurt Plant. And I just think that's going to work to the advantage of Caleb Plant. And Caleb Plant, I think he's going to hurt. I think he can knock out Benavidez. But it's just one of those tough fights, man. But if Benavidez fights stupid and goes in like Teofimo against Kambosos in that first fight, then Benavidez is going to lose. He may get knocked out. Bully Block says Plant could make the fight easy if he boxes and try to get. Yeah, he just got to fight, man. Yeah, he just got to fight. And these catch weights, man. Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin Knight, man. If you're gonna go fight somebody, fight them. Why you want to catch weight for the title? Like they're not gonna approve that. That's crazy. Sanctioning body's not gonna approve no catch weight for no damn title. But that's what Danny Garcia is trying to pull off. I compared to Floyd and Corrales. Oh yeah, Floyd and Corrales. That is exactly what it could be. That's a good comparison, man. Floyd Mayweather, when he fought Corrales, that could be Caleb Plant and Benavidez. You're absolutely correct. That's an outstanding comparison, man. Benavidez is a giant. Yeah, he is. You got to look. When Caleb Plant fought Canelo, Plant was bigger than Canelo. When Caleb Plant fought Darrell, I think Darrell and Plant were about the same size, maybe. But Darrell was bigger and stronger than Canelo. Now Plant's fighting Benavidez. Benavidez is bigger and stronger than Darrell, bigger and stronger than Canelo. So now Benavidez against Plant, that's going to create a certain layer of issues that Plant's not used to, because even Darrell had some success against Plant. If Darrell had the success, you would like to think that Benavidez is going to have success. But I just think Caleb Plant's going to have a good he's going to have a good game plan, man. But we'll see what direction it goes. It says, have you seen that other fighter, Mexican kid? You talking about Diego Pacheco, who fights on Matchroom? Yeah, I know there's a 6'4" kid, Mexican. He fights out of the Benavidez camp, Diego Pacheco. That's the person who I think Matchroom is going to put up against Edgar Berlanga, and he's going to knock Edgar Berlanga out. I don't think Edgar Berlanga is going to get to Canelo. I think Matchroom knows what they're doing by signing Berlanga. They're going to put him in a couple fights, let him get some good wins. They're going to put him in there with Diego Pacheco because he's a Mexican fighter to try to set up the fight for Canelo and Berlanga. But I don't think Berlanga is going to get past Diego Pacheco. The man's 6'4", 6'5", 79, 80% reach, bunch of knockouts. Berlanga, you know, his defense is his face, man. And he's got this coach that has him in there. You know, like I say, let a lion be a lion. You don't turn a lion into a pussycat. Lions eat meat. You got Berlanga out here trying to eat lettuce, man. He turned into a herbivore. Let the man be a carnivore. You don't turn him into no damn herbivore, man. And I don't think Berlanga's going to get to Canelo, man. Plant KO Benavidez. I've heard it all. You weak. Hey, man, that's what I really think. Plant. If Benavidez comes being stupid, like you said, like Diego Corrales and Floyd Mayweather, I think Benavidez could find himself ending up on that ground because Plant has fast hands. He throws from shots sometimes guys don't see. And those are the ones that get you, man. Just being real. Guy's crazy like Tyson Fury tall. Yeah, he's tall, man. There's a tall fighter at I think he's at heavyweight. Al-Kamanov or something. I'm messing up his name, but I did a video about him. He's a problem. That guy is a problem. He just coming out the Olympics. He can fight. I think he's fighting out of Ukraine or Russia. He is a problem. There's some guys out there. They got some really, really tough fighters out there, man, in all the divisions. They just need the opportunity, man. But all right, I got like 10 more minutes, and then I'm gonna have to bounce, man. Let's see. What else y'all want to talk about before about who is Spence going to fight if not Thurman? You know, I'm gonna tell you right now, Jay Reddy, the only person I can see Spence fighting is Crawford. You know, I honestly think that's why things are so quiet right now. But I don't know. You see people. Let me tell you something, man. I believe in love for all, hate for none. You know what I mean? Building champions, not breaking them down. But I don't believe anything these content creators are saying. They lie and they just make stuff up. I'm telling you the truth. Spence could fight a guy like Butaev, right? But really, for Crawford and Spence, they both know the position that they're in. You know what I'm saying? There's no Crawford ducking, Spence ducking. There's stuff going on behind the scenes that's making that fight hard, and it's frustrating to all of us as fight fans because really, that's still a fight to make. But if Al not answering Crawford's calls, yeah, I still think there should have been a conversation. But the one thing I'll say, right, is this, man. To me, Al Heyman should have had a conversation with Terrence Crawford about where the money was coming from and everything. That way it would have been out in the open. Oh, it came from Warren Buffett, or it came from these investors out of Omaha, or in fact, hey, he wouldn't tell us. That shit probably came from Kinahan. but he never had that conversation. But at the same time, I got to look at Terrence Crawford and say, why would you come into negotiations saying, I got somebody who wants to put up this money, but not tell everybody where the money's coming from? Like that's stupid. So I kind of understand both of their positions, but for me, if I'm going to come to you, if I'm really trying to make a deal with you on something, I'm trying to buy your car, you selling a car. I'm not going to come and say, well, look, I've got the money. And you're like, well, okay, well, sure, you can have the vehicle, but just where's the money coming from? And I don't want to tell you that I have it cash or I'm taking a loan out from the bank. You just need to know I got the money. That's nobody you're gonna be like, man, get the F out of here. And that's kind of what Crawford did. It's crazy, man. Yeah, Crawford, what do you think about the Japanese guy and Russell Jr.? Which you talking about Inoue? You talking about Inoue fighting Fulton Jr.? Is that what you're talking about, Bully Block? And Harrison Zoo? I think Harrison outboxes Zoo. I think so. But at the same time, Harrison is so caught up with trying to get back at Jermell and talking about Jermell so much that he may not be focused enough when he goes on to Australia. And Tim Tszyu could cut that ring off and knock him out. Because Tim Tszyu is a strong boy and he can fight. But I think Harrison, if he able to stay locked in, he should be able to go out there and outbox him and basically do what Devin Haney did, go out there and get an upset in Australia. But the difference with Devin Haney, his performance, right? I'll say this: Devin Haney made it almost impossible for them to rob him. That's just how one-sided he made both of those fights. I don't know if Harrison has it in him to make the fight so one-sided to where they can't rob him. That's going to be the difference. I just don't think so. Okay. Fulton and Inoue. I think Inoue beats Fulton Jr. I think he beats Stephon Fulton or Stephen Fulton. Harrison Cheney and Zoo can pop. Yeah, Zoo can pop. But I think Inoue, when you hit like that, when you have that expanded amateur background, I just think it's a matter of time. And Inoue has a pretty good defense. Don't get me wrong. Nonito Donaire was able to fracture his orbital bone, and I think his whole eye socket, right? And Inoue still got to the end of the fight. But Fulton doesn't hit like that. But Fulton can box. He got a little pop. He'll sting you. But I just don't think I don't think he's going to be able to. At some point, Inoue's going to catch up to him. But Fulton went over there. Fulton getting paid like $3-4 million. He did the right thing. He's not just cashing himself out. He really feels he can win. But I just think, I think that fight's a lot tougher than what maybe some people believe. Some people aren't giving Inoue a chance, but then there are others who feel Inoue will go. I think Inoue will stop him before 12, especially with all that energy coming from the Japanese crowd and the supporters. He's not going to go under the lie down. And I've talked about this before. I've sparred out there in Japan. I sparred in Korea. I know how it is when you get into a sparring session with those guys. It's one thing when you're in there working, but I've kind of been set up before, especially in Korea, to go out there when I wasn't in the best of shape, but they threw me in there with a guy who was training for some national championship, and I think it went like 2 or 3 rounds. First round we were sparring, that man threw a shot and I got underneath it, but he threw that with 100% power, and I wasn't accustomed to sparring like that. I'm like, yo, we just sparring. This man's trying to this. It was a fight, and after about a minute, I said, okay, I'm still trying to spar with him, and touching him up here and there, but nothing crazy. But he threw another shot, and I got out the way of it, and I was like, okay, we disagree on Fulton matchup, but next live, yeah. I was fighting, no kidding, I was fighting for my life. But what I'm getting at is that damn those Koreans and Japanese fighters, you gotta kill them. You gotta kill them. They have this thing with honor. Like, he can't just come in there and get hit and fall down and quit. Like, the country will turn on him. He's going to have to basically do like Deontay Wilder against Fury 3. Go out on your shield That's how he's gonna do it. So yeah, I think Inoue. I think it's a tough fight, but I think Inoue at some point catches up to him. Yeah, yeah. We normally agree on everything, but sometimes we're gonna disagree. It's all good. Bully block. Dude fought the whole fight with Donaire with the broken jaw. That's a different type of toughness, man. You get your damn jaw broke or your orbital bone broken or anything, your nose broken. You just keep fighting through it. That's not easy to do. You look at Victor Ortiz. He got his jaw broke against Josecito Lopez. He just couldn't get across the finish line. It's a lot of pain. It's a lot of pain, man. And people want to call them quitters and stuff. You say what you want. You get in the ring, get your jaw broke, have somebody keep hitting you in that same damn jaw. I mean, that's the human beings aren't made up to take that kind of pain. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, you don't do that. Not everybody is a Providnikov. You know, Ruslan Providnikov is a different kind of animal. But sparring wars, I hate guys like that. Yeah, it's not a fight. Yep, Inoue's a beast. All right, man, I got about 2 more minutes. Anything else y'all want to talk about? I appreciate everybody coming on here. Those who donate to the channel means a lot. Just you guys being out here chatting with me, keeping up with the videos I post means a lot to me, man. I'm gonna try to go live every day about 11:30, man. That's like the sweet spot, Monday through Friday. Yeah, 11:30. Get on here and talk boxing. Let me see. Before I jump off of here, man, let me see. Anybody got anything else? And yeah, Arthur Abraham. That's him, Arthur Abraham. He got his jaw broke by Edison Miranda. He pushed through it, though. Pushed through it. He lost that fight, but they robbed Edison Miranda. Eastern time, yeah, Eastern time, man. I'm out here in Texas, so I think it's Central. I'm Central time out here. I'm in Texas, man. So out here in Texas, 11:30. So right now it's 1:48. So I don't know what time it is, Jay Reddy, where you are, but it's 1:48 right now where I'm at. So you probably at like 2:48. All right. All right, man. If nobody got anything else, I'm about to jump off of here. Yeah, okay, yeah, you're out. Yeah, I'm an hour behind you. All right, man. As always, man, I appreciate y'all. Sorry for the little buffering issue on the internet. Did you watch Nery's fight? Afro Joseph. What's up, Afro Jam? Yeah, I watched that fight. I didn't think that fight was, Nery's going to need to rest. He's going to need to rest before his next fight, man. That was a tough fight. I'm surprised Nery actually he pulled it off, man. Nery's a good fighter, but he got to rest up, man, before he goes back in that ring in the next couple of months, man. Them guys really damaged each other. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, Afro Jam. I've never seen your name on here before, but I'm glad that you actually jumped in the chat. You got anything you want to talk about, Afro Jam, before I get off of here? Oh, I already have. Okay. Yeah, we talked for a while today, about 1 hour and 40 minutes. I normally get on about 11:30 Central Standard Time. I'll be on tomorrow. But before I go, is there anything you want to talk about before I go? I know you just jumped on, man. I hate to just bail on you like that. That ain't my style. Okay, all right, Bully Block, man. Peace out, man. I appreciate you jumping on. We'll be back on here tomorrow at 11:30. I'm waiting on you, Afro Jam. I don't want to leave you hanging. Yeah, Nery is a beast. I don't want to leave you hanging, Afro Jam. If you got something, let me know. If not, I'm going to go ahead and jump off the stream. Nah, I'm going to rewatch this. Okay, but I'll be on tomorrow at 11:30, man. We'll be talking about more boxing, and I appreciate y'all. That being said, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. I'm in the breeze.